Hello everyone, this is Etho. Today's tutorial is about what I'm calling HollyPops. It's this 3x3x4 structure in front of you with a boat inside. Paint job inspired by .m. Let's check it out. This is what it does. This is a crater style. Very cool. So a HollyPop is basically just an explosion you detonate using your bow. It's very simple. As many of you know, I've been considering maybe making adventure maps in the future, after being very inspired by Vec's Super Hostile series, and this is just one of the fun ideas I was thinking of having in my maps. And of course, anyone is welcome to use it as well. The name HollyPop comes from Hollywood Explosion, so HollyPop, and it's based on the idea that in many films, when the hero is surrounded by enemies, he shoots a gas tank, it explodes and gets rid of a lot of them. And so in Minecraft, I would use it much the same way. So maybe you are storming a room with 20 mob spawners in it. There's enemies everywhere. You could take them all out manually using a pick or something, but it would be a lot more fun if you could, for example, take out 5 or 10 of them just by shooting one of these, and then take out the other 5 or 10 the normal way. You know, just to add a little bit of fun to the challenge. So the type and size of explosion you get from a HollyPop depends on how much TNT you use and also how you place it. In that first example, there was 5 TNT and it was positioned in a way, set off in a way that it would make a deep crater in the ground. This style uses 8 TNT, I like it quite a bit, and it's designed to have a huge horizontal spread. So let's set it off, and you can see the difference. You notice 4 get activated first, and it launches the other 4 kind of like a cannon. Now there really isn't any specific way you have to build these. I will show you how I'm building mine. But one thing I do recommend is that you keep your explosions consistent, because if you plan on using a few of these in your map and you want them to be a tool for the player, and he sets one off, it kills a bunch of enemies, it's all good, and then later in the map he sees another one and he sets it off and the explosion is 4 or 5 times bigger and it kills him, well then he's not going to use any more of them in the future because he won't know what to expect when he sets it off. It might kill him again and he'll feel cheated. So keep them consistent if they're meant to be a tool. So now I'll show you how to build them and a few suggested ways you could place the TNT. We'll begin with that first one we saw that made the small crater explosion. The way I built that is dug out a plus sign in the ground, dug one deeper in the middle. I used 5 TNT and a block here. You can use whatever you want for the exterior. I'll build it the same way as the first one. Miss. Yellow in the corners, then black. Black. And then the roof. Just like that. So you'll need a boat and a wooden pressure plate for one of these. The most difficult part is placing the boat without activating the TNT. So what I recommend doing for this style, place a block in the middle temporarily. Before you place your boat though, I recommend you put a block on one of the sides. The reason for that is boats, they drop 5 things. I believe it's 2 sticks and 3 planks. There's about a 1 in 5 chance that when you shoot the boat, those 5 drops will land on all of these sides here, and none of them will fall down the center onto the pressure plate, and it will be a dud explosion. If that's what you want, you don't need to put one on the side. But if you put a block on the side like this, it seems to greatly decrease the chance of it being a dud. Okay, then you place your boat directly on top of this middle one, like that. Dig out one of your sides. You're able to walk underneath because it's 2 blocks up. And then what I do is I place the pressure plate at the ground level there for this design. Reseal it. It's done. Let's check it out. Pretty simple. So if you liked that first style, how it blew up a bunch of ground but thought the explosion was either too small or too big, you just simply adjust how much TNT you want to use. So for example, try to make one even bigger. So this is how we had it before. But I'm just going to add 4 more TNT to it, and you'll see it makes a big difference. And I'll keep them hidden as well. Just like that, I'll cover them up. Grass will grow over top. And now I'll add my structure on top. Alright, the structure is built. Maybe I'll comment about one other thing here. The reason why I have it too high is so that no farm mobs will wander into here and possibly break the boat or set off the pressure plate. They're unable to jump up that high, so it's safe from mobs. So it'll only get activated by a player. Much bigger. You notice it's spread out like that. It activated much like a cannon. The TNT was shot out further and made a bigger boom. So that other HollyPop I showed you with the TNT exposed is built a little bit different. That one is good if you want to do less damage to the land and more damage to either players or mobs around it. The way I build it is like this. Just a 3x3 start off with, and then I do this, do our corners, the roof. Again, use whatever material you wish. And then I put the pressure plate in. Now since the pressure plate is at the same level as the temporary block we usually place in, we can just place our boat directly on top of it, like that. Oh, I forgot to put in the side block, so this one might be a dud. We'll see. Okay, and then do the TNT however you wish. If you just want a straight blast with no cannon effect, you can just place it in these 4 spots. If you want the cannon effect, you can place in these corners as well. We'll just do a straight blast, I guess. Like that. And it should be ready. Do you want to go over there? Come on, do it, please. Please. For the viewers. They want to see it so badly. Yes. About a 5-second activation time. Just like that. Very simple. If you want, you can even build the entire thing out of TNT. If you want a big blast. Big showy blast. Except for the middle block. So you can't place pressure plates on TNT anymore. Oh, baby. Now, you can live. Now, one thing I will comment about as well. This is our basic structure here. When you start placing TNT above this point here, like in these four corners or in the roof, it tends to fly upwards if you're activating these TNT here. And it doesn't really cause any damage to the land or really to the player, unless you have blocks above it that you're trying to destroy. Otherwise, it's just more for show. It'll shoot TNT in the air and it looks cool. Well, everyone, that about concludes my tutorial for today. I hope you liked it. And even if you don't plan on using it, it's always fun to watch explosions. Also, let me know what you think of the idea, if you think it would be fun in adventure maps. And if you're a map maker, feel free to use it yourself. So, on that note, I'll end the tutorial here. Oh, bullseye. It'll be easier with the new bow. See how it shoots them up? Scared of this one? Awesome. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Take care.